Okay, I don't know if I'm live. I'm waiting. I said it's 7:20. Hello? Hello, hello? Okay. My apologies for being late. So, put this thing over here. I got too many stuff in the middle. So how's audio and everything? Oh my god. Sorry for the glare for the glasses. I'm trying this lighting. Oh well, I gotta do like that. So let me get started. Sorry that I'm running late. It's too much stuff. But we're getting some stuff in the Apple Store fixed, which I got my two earbuds replaced from the AirPod Pros, brand new. So let me get started. First of all, let me drink water. So, brothers and sisters, sound good. Let me get ready. And I will do a little recap. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. This is Tech for Your Knees. Let's go, people. Yep, it is true. So here we go. First is Primero, Marco Pepper Talk Tech. Thanks for coming in. If you want to come and be part of the live stream, just put invite and I'll send you an invite. You're welcome if you got free time. It's not mandatory. Let's go. My brother from another mother. Thanks for coming in. JV, Javier. Let's get started. Oh yeah, that's true. The only good thing about the time changing is the sunset. I don't have a lot of people because I sent this late. I was running late. I was in the Apple store in an appointment. I'm fixing these. I'm happy. I got these replaced. Brand new. I haven't tested. I just did the recommendation charging for more than half an hour. I think I did about 33, 34. So I'll test them later. Cool. They're working. Hopefully they're working. So with that said, this is going to be a regular Q&A. It's nothing big, nothing drastic, nothing. Just talking about general stuff. If you got questions, just put them in, and I will answer to my best ability. Yes, I got lighting that I bought, but this glare got to go from the glasses. I need glasses because y'all know I've been wearing glasses since I was a little kid. So anything you want to discuss is open. Take this off. I went to the Apple store and I want to talk about that because we're talking about Q&A and regular stuff about technology. It was a good, pleasant experience, but it was dead as hell. That's one of the most popular stores. Okay, let me see. I might be doing something soon. The ANC and transparency seem to be messing up with the right earbud. That's the same thing that happened to me. It was the right earbud. When they took both earbuds to the back, since you got manufactured 1 year warranty, and they got a program that is a known issue with the Apple. The Apple Store has already been documentary. It's in the documents. They say we're gonna change it because this is part of the program. You qualify because you within the year of exchanging it. Well, less than a year. Have them, so they honor it. So yeah, change them. They'll change both because they'll do a test. If both don't match the hearing test they're doing in the back end, they will change it 100%, my brother. Let me take a brother. That's my name. And other now that you see what a dollar sign, that's my cash app. It's not mandatory to donate, but if you feel free, you want to, I appreciate it. I know I'm missing other people because I stream at 7 p.m., but I was in the Apple store and I was so wrapped up in the whole day that I didn't tweet that I was gonna running late. That's regular water, it's not special, just a bottle that I use. So yeah, so it was a pleasant thing. It was different than the first time because the first time when all this pandemic started, it was weird because a lot of people were going. So they asked me for the appointment, and then they took little gun they got to test your temperature, but they did in the hands this time. Then it did in the forehead. So I did fix both. I did fix both issues. I talk about my Apple Watch too, because my Apple Watch Series 5 since the last update. Well, not this update. Two updates behind from this one and two yeah behind. So what happened to my Apple Watch? I was getting notifications. Why I'm getting notifications that it's on my wrist, like exercise, stand up, breathing. Those notifications are only in the wrist. But I had the Apple Watch like this on the table, nothing special. It was on the table, nothing special, nothing. And it was getting notification that it's supposed to be on the wrist. So therefore, I asked them and they reset it and see what happened if it works or not. So that's what they did. Oh, thanks. Barry, let me go to the Barry quick. Barry, thanks. I was just running a little late because I was changing my AirPods. Your recap, the left and the right. The right had a noise. It goes zzz. So that's a known issue. They've been documentary on the actual website and everything. So they got a program to on it to exchange. They'll test left and right. If the sound test is not correct, they'll change both. Because if you within the 1 year manufacturer warranty to change. So I was lucky. I was well under 1 year. They changed it, no problem. It was easy and seamless. And then I got my Apple Watch fixed. Thanks for the lighting compliment. The only thing, Barry, the lighting's perfect so far, but I got to work on the little bit of the glare of this. Um, and my green screen is coming, it's running late. I don't know why, but the day horrible. But I'll DM you later, talk to you later, my brother. And thanks for your time and I appreciate all your help. So yeah, Michael Pepper, go change them. Don't wait because I don't know how long you bought them. They'll exchange it. If it's the AirPods Pro that I'm talking about, those are the one that been documentary. Yeah, with the AMC, you said it. So you could go check and they'll change it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm doing a regular Q&A. You can ask me any question, anything to interact. That's right here in case people don't know. That's my Catch app. If you want to donate, it's not mandatory. I'm not obligating nobody. Um, you know, yeah. Like I said before, everybody loves you in the community. Thanks for all you help, all you do for the community. Yeah. So like I said, give me a second, drink water. Thirsty purge has been running all around. Honestly, the problem that I have, to be honest, oh yeah, I took a haircut and everything. I'm looking smooth. But I digress. That's not the subject. The thing that been happening, I've been having that for the past 2 weeks. The hissing noise. I took it and they honor it, and it was just dead. It was nobody. It was like the workers and like about five people that was taking care of their problem. I remind you, that's a popular area because that's a tourist area with the main Apple store in Boston. So, mm. Once again, if you're part of the replay crew, let me do some housekeeping. Keep it professional, no profanity, no nothing. People watch me. So yeah, so what I'm doing is I did take care of that situation and everything worked out fine and lovely and dandy. So that's the reason I was running late. As far as news, there's not much, just the app will been coming soon. And everybody talked about it. And probably we get new iPads and micro LED or nano LED, I think it's called. The terminology. If I'm wrong, correct me. I don't mind. So yeah, everything was seamless. Just the only thing that I just went and I did the appointment. I forgot about the timing, so it took a little. It didn't took that long. It just they were doing everything for me, but something happened in the back end, so that's what it is. So let me see. What do you think about the new Samsung A52, A72? I mean, I think they're great budgets. Let me explain why. Because for the country's budgets, there's a new era and a new trend is coming in budget 5G phones. Getting 5G at affordable prices from different manufacturers, different companies. Thanks, you brought that up. And yeah, those phones are great because I could recommend for people that don't want to break the bank, because they offer high end to mid tier, not low budget, but mid tier, more than how. Okay, let me explain it. You know how you got budget, like low budget, middle budget, high budget. So then the mid tier high, and not even budget but affordable, because I mean, and I gotta that's not cheap for everybody. But yeah, so I've been looking at those phones, recommending it to people that want to get into 5G. They don't want to break the bank. They'll be like, oh, the S Galaxy line is expensive. I mean, I'm like, if you can afford these, go get them. If you can afford those, go get it. Just, like I said, my advice for get what you can afford and get what you could. If this is what you can afford and you got a little extra money, you can afford it, I say, yeah. But if you want to buy something cheaper and you got the money and a little extra, I would say no. Because, I'm a component of my model buy once, don't buy twice. I've been saying that all along, honestly. Hold up. Let me. Yeah, I'm thirsty. I've been running all day. So bear with me, folks. Okay, I'm back. Let me get this. What portable charger are you using right now? I got one. Actually, I don't remember. I bought it on Amazon. I mean, it's a weird brand, and I think it's 26 milliamp if I'm not forgetting. So therefore, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna put everything in the description below when I finish this, and you could check and you could buy it there if you want to buy the link and everything. It's not my affiliated link, but I'm gonna put it there so you can find it because I really don't recall from the top of my head. So far, it's good, but let me give you another knowledge about charger and portable and cables that we're talking. Every charger and every cable had different outages and ampere. So not all 26,000 milliamp charger are the same. Some are 26 regular, some are 26 medium, some are 26 fast. So you got to read the numbers like it's a 2.3 versus 1.0. I'm gonna give you an example. This is just an analogy that some of them are stronger than others, not because they have the same milliamp, they're gonna work the same. The more reputable the brand is, the more known and popular, the more better they are sometimes. So yeah, let me go over here. I agree. I think it's a solid mid-range option for 5G customer that want Samsung exactly. And I'm not sure if they're coming with what kind of UI. Is it 3.0, 2.5? But they're good for the money. I agree. I mean, that's what I'm trying to teach people. You don't have to break the bank to get a 80. I'll give you 85% of the high end flagship phone and a lower cost. Look, as a matter of fact, you get one of those phones. You can get one of those watches, Samsung watches. It don't have to be the latest one, but a good one. And you with less than $1,000, you're in the ecosystem. See, because Samsung kind of have an ecosystem too. They got the watches, they got the tablets. They're awesome. They got the new form factor, looking like an iPad. I digress, but you know, those are good. Yeah, yeah, 5G affordable for customer. That's what it is right now because 5G is getting advanced. More, it's getting more popular, and I see more mid range. OnePlus got 5G's mid range, and a lot of people's getting it. The Rebel and a lot of phones. So just got to choose and pick which one is the best out of them. Samsung has been proven. OnePlus is okay. I'm not gonna say they're bad compared to other brands. I'm not gonna say they're the best. It depends on you. You know what I'm saying? I give you the information, I put it out there, and I'll be this is the pro and cons, and you make the decision to buy it based on your needs. I'm not gonna tell this is better than other. I will if it's a cheap product. I'll be like, yo, I'm showing this product because I gotta show it because I don't want nobody to buy by mistake. That's doing service to my customer. I'm not gonna bash the product. I'm gonna talk in terms of you know the pros and cons. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's garbage, it's trash. No, that's not how a review would do it. But I digress. It's another subject, how you review stuff. Yeah, you could join for a bit. I'm gonna be here extra because honestly I'm gonna go to 8:30 If you join it, I'll go to 8:30 because I was late. So I just don't want to waste my time on my subscribers and viewers. They're here rocking with me. Of course, my brother, the doors are open. You're welcome. Appreciate that. When you're gonna enjoy, just hit me right here. Say invite, so I could do it because I'm talking, so I won't be paying attention to Twitter like that. So yeah, that's a good subject to talk for a little while. 5G affordability, and you got to pick your options. What is N41 versus which company is better for you, which company is working, or what is the company? If you're AT&T, what they got offer for 5G on a low budget, or you could go on the route of wait a minute on the route of what is out there on lock for cheap for 5G on the 500 because I know on the certain price ring USA, USD. I'm talking about. In case I got some other people watching from different part of the world. Excuse me for the water, but I'm super thirsty. So yeah, a lot of new technologies coming and everything, and I can't wait because this is heading. The foldables coming and down the line. The Pixel, the foldable Samsung 3 foldable, pronounce that correct. And the folding phones are good because I like that type of style. It just they kind of pricey right now, but they're gonna coming down in price once it get established and more, well known in the market. People keep buying it, and the more they do it, the more it's gonna come down in price, and people can afford it. You know, like I think it was I don't know if it was Taking Mike or Take Rand. I can't recall. I like this idea to say when Samsung do a foldable, pronounce that correct, foldable phone, the outside should be pixel. When you open it, it should be turned into a Chrome, mini Chrome. I like that idea. That idea, it was wonderful. I mean, I was like, oh wow, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because that form factor like that is good, and then obviously going to have 5G. The new iPad is going to have 5Gs. I heard that iPad Mini is going to come back. Supposedly, take this with a grain of salt because those are rumors. It's not confirmed until the company drop it and you see it on the actual website and the date of sales. This is what I heard. Don't call me because I'm not the leaker. I'm just passing information that I heard. If it's wrong, it's wrong. So what I'm saying, they're doing a new form factor of the iPad Pro. Let me go over here. And again, thanks Alice for coming in. Appreciate it. Do you know anyone using a 5G hotspot for their home internet rather than going through a company like Comcast? Not really. I haven't studied that area to be honest, my brother. I haven't studied that area. I need to do more research on that. But thanks for bringing that up because that's a good question to look for next time that I talk. Thanks for running it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a picture of that question, and next time I could discuss it with better knowledge. Yeah, because hotspot will be good. I mean, it depends how many gigs the hotspot give you in the company. But if you could get unlimited hotspot, it's different. But I mean, I think that's very hard. I mean, and nobody want to offer unlimited because they want to charge you extra if you go over. I mean, of course, it's business 101. You got to make money. So I'm not gonna knock nobody, but yep. Hey, thanks, Violet. Hey, great improvement on the lighting. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm waiting for my green screen. It's gonna take forever, but I don't know why it's gonna take more than 3 weeks. But I digress. It should be here. So I appreciate it. The only thing I gotta work is just on the little right here. You see the lighting's hitting my glasses, but I'll fix that later. I was running late, so they had time to test it. I might do it later tomorrow testing just for the hell of it, unlisted. I asked a couple of my friends to come in. Yeah, I bought the lighting for the um uh, green screen. Sorry, my English. Yeah, give me a second. Okay, folks, if something bad happened in my computer because I seen that it's nagging me, I want to bring this up just in case it's nagging me my Windows update. Uh, I haven't updated the computer for a couple of days. Now it's acting up. If something happened, I apologize, but I'm cool so far. I could deny the update for the time being. So yeah, I like what the market's adding with the affordable and mid tier. Let me see something. Yeah, it might need to raise up a little higher, but it's still a major improvement. Thanks. Yeah, I was running late because I came. Let me do a recap for you. I came from the Apple store and I was getting my watch and this service, and these they got swapped because Apple have it with the AirPod Pro they have a issue, and the issue is a known issue that they got a program that the sound it be making it like a noise like this. Ooh, so it was making it on the right. So what they did is they tested, and they say they took both back then. It takes both, and they said we're gonna swap it because both having errors, but the right one is worse because of the noise. You couldn't tell on the left, so they honor it because I was on the 1 year warranty manufacturing the USA pronounce that and make sure that people hear in the back warranty for the USA. I don't know how it works in other part of the world, so they honor it and they say yes, you wouldn't way load the year because of the program you qualify for exchange. I don't know how many times, but it says it's working perfectly. So they change both. So they say charge it for 30 minutes, and I haven't tested to see if everything's working fine. I'm glad they did right. Yeah, you know how Apple works. I mean, Apple did good, and they were taking care of everybody. There was, they had the hygienes and everything. It was just a pleasant experience. And mind you, that's in a popular area and a tourist area of Massachusetts. So have you ever bought a square page, a square tray warranty? No, but I thought about it and I want to look into it because if it worth the money, you never know. I only broke one phone to be honest, but these stopped working by itself. One of them, I didn't do nothing. I take care of them. Look, they're not scratched. I clean them. I be careful when I clean them. I don't be doing crazy stuff. I be, doing what they recommended cleaning solution. All right, I'm be putting liquid a bit and buying, and I'm in a third party. Oh, this is what they recommend. No, I'll be taking good care of these to the fullest. Look, this is a hard shell that I bought for $9. No scratches, no nothing. So look, they clean and everything. So I only wear them when I go outside or when I make some a special call that I want nobody hear my conversation. So yeah, that's another good subject to talk about. Warranty outside if it worth. I agree with that. Yeah, so yeah, it was good. It's good. It's a good, a pleasant experiences and everything. Okay, you get back. So yeah, okay. Let me explain what happened to my watch again for those that didn't hear it. Um, I updated it. Not this update. The update before this one. And what happened? I was getting notification that's supposed to be on the wrist, but it was laying on the actual table like this. So how I'm getting notification is on the wrist. Let me explain what kind of notification. Get up, do exercise, breathe. Those only notifications are supposed to be detected on your wrist. So it was bad for me, and I scratched my hand. I'm like, why am I having those? And the back sensor light was on all the time. So I say, this got to be a bug issue because it never happened. I got this. I didn't change nothing. I didn't did nothing to them. I don't mess with them. So I asked them. They say, yeah, it has to be a bug issue because those notifications only supposed to be on the wrist. Now when you got them on standby, on standby, on stationary in one place in one area, and all that. Let me get the invite for Michael Pepper TikTok. I will send it. Give me a second, my brother. Bear with me, folks. Uh, okay, I send the invite. So yeah, so that's what it is. Okay, let me see when he comments. So yeah, so I'm just talking general discussion stuff like that. But I mean, it was a pleasant experience, and I'm happy with the Apple Store. See, so yeah, let me fix my speakers. I mean, I got everything all over the place because I was running and stuff like that. But it's cool. Yeah. So okay, let me. Here come my guest, Michael Paper TikTok. I'm gonna put him in. Change this. Hey, go. Hey, Michael Pepper, how you doing, my brother? Can you hear me?
I am good. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you introduce yourself, if you don't mind?
My name is Michael Pepper of Michael Pepper Tech. Good evening, everybody. So the one thing that somebody had a question about
Yeah,
was
go ahead.
using a 5G hotspot, and I know of a couple people that kind of do. I know that Sneed has been testing out the T-Mobile home internet, which is basically a 4G, 5G hotspot,
Oh,
and
yeah, that's true.
there's a couple other people that have been trying those out. I've been contemplating using a phone from Visible and just using it as my internet because the other night, I did a speed test um, in the bathroom because it's like halfway through the house. It's the only part of the house that doesn't have like the old brick and some stuff like that, and
Hmm.
was able to get about was it 75 down and 25 up, which is faster than our home internet for upload and a little bit slower on the download. But um, it made me want to try it, especially now that they have the whole party pay thing where it's like $25 a month, and then if you like invite somebody else and they add on, it makes it $5 a month, and there's no limitations on like you can have a bunch of people sign up at once and just
Correct.
try it out. And they now support eSIM, so I could just put it as the second line on my iPhone and basically try it out, and it'd be good to go. And they've improved speeds around here, and I know there's a data cap, but or there's supposed to be, but from what I've seen, most people are getting, you know, anywhere from 100 to 200. So it doesn't seem to be that they're being capped really. So it'd be a good thing to try. And I think that's going to be more of a common option for people, especially people that are away from big cities, that are kind of out in like the rural areas like I am, because then um, those areas don't tend to get the faster, fiber and stuff like that, but they tend to get reached by carriers, at least because the carriers put their towers along the highway, and usually, like at least in our instance, the highway is about, I don't know, just under 10 miles away. So
Oh yeah. I don't know, but the guy said it might be a bug about the watch. I was talking to my watch, but so far he said that have not been mentioned and a known issue so far when I was in the Apple Store today. So
I'm
yeah, Michael, you said you having problem with which Apple? You got the pros, right?
yeah, yep.
Yeah, that been documented. It's in the known issue, and they got a special program. And what I was told today, if you under your warranty limitation, they'll exchange it for the USA 1 year warranty. And I don't know if it's one time for the program, but I don't know how long if you pass the 1 year. I don't know how it works. So this they took both back, right? And they tested for the hearing situation, whatever they did in the back end, and they said both was crappy. The right one was loud, in the left you couldn't hear it that well. A little, I couldn't notice it, but they honor it and they changed both. So
Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos where a couple people were talking about they did the same thing, but what was weird is they did it via mail, and Apple sent them two separate packages, one for the right and one for the left, and they were kind of mocking the whole how Apple claims that they were, removing the charger to be environmental, yet they sent two big boxes, like good sized boxes, and then the packaging, and then the small box, and then you open it up and there's a single earbud
Yeah.
in there, and they did the same thing, and it's like why they didn't just send them together, and it was weird.
Yeah, give me a second. I wanna show you. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was yeah, it's funny though.
But,
Let me put the camera back on.
but my guess is they just have a bunch of
This is what they're
boxes.
talking about.
Yeah, they have a bunch of boxes with just
Oops,
them
sorry.
individual, and that way they save because they don't know if everybody's going to replace both of them or just one of them, so they just have them all stocked up that way, and
Yeah.
then they can just send out whatever is, whatever is the best.
But I'm 12 minutes away, so I was 7 minutes away, so I decided, well, I must well go over here and ask, and they're like, oh, your appointment is in 20 minutes, so it was good for me. I was the next person.
Yeah, I'll have to see if if the closest Apple store to me is open yet or not, because the closest one to me is a good 45-minute one's about 40 minutes, the other one's 45 minutes away, so there's not really one close.
Oh,
So
but
I don't want to just show up and then they're closed or something.
all true. You can just call before you go. But honestly, if you call and they do it like through the phone, if they honor it like that, then it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
No.
mean, though, at least it would give me an excuse to go to one of my favorite places to get food if they are closed. So
Oh
I'll
yeah, that's
take
true.
that.
I mean,
But
I don't know, but when it's a me or I don't know, it's the only company that I've been besides Tesla, because Tesla's across the street, literally 30 seconds. I feel like when I go to inside those stores, I feel like I'm a big person, like I'm a CEO. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm part of the Apple store. It's weird, but
they are really good about, at least typically, I've had a couple odd situations where like the store was really, really, really busy, but they usually get to I think their training is they're supposed to get to you right away, but if somebody doesn't get to you within 2 minutes, somebody's getting in trouble.
yeah, that's true. I heard that before.
They have several people walking around with iPads, and their only
Hmm.
job is to greet people and check them in. Like they're not even helping people. Like they're not assisting you with your problem. They're just to make sure that people are getting help.
Now that we're talking about Apple, the training is very rigorous. Yeah, that's the correct word, and very hard training because they train you like you feel like you be like, oh damn, I'm back in college, but you come with a good understanding and knowledge. That's why they're in the top of their tier because the training is powerful, but they're making sure when you get all the training, they don't have to train you on the job that much because they already trained you in the site. That's what I heard.
Yeah, they are. My brother had actually applied to be a manager at an Apple store until he, at least at the time, found out that the pay wasn't as good as what he thought it was going to be in the hours he'd have to work and like holidays that you work and some things like that. But I think it's changed since then because that was,
Hmm.
I don't know, probably 10 years ago.
Oh yeah,
And
it
I
changed,
know that
bro.
things have changed because there's the what is her name, Angela, that's in charge of like the operations for the stores and the training and all that now. And um, I mean, we can I can also talk about how they've changed. They've kind of changed in a bad direction too, because I remember when I was younger, I had an iPod Touch and I accidentally dropped it in water. And I brought it in and I told them what happened. And they handed me a new one. Even though, they didn't have like Apple Care Plus or anything for accidental, damage. They didn't have any. And a matter of fact, it wasn't even under any warranty. But because they wanted to make sure that I was happy, and they probably looked under my name and saw how many people, how many Apple products, how much music and
Mhm.
stuff I was buying at the time, um, and like my uncle is a missionary, and he had a MacBook and had some problems with it, and one of the times when they were back in the States, and he stopped into the Apple store, and they basically, I mean, it was an older MacBook, and they basically gave him a newer one, like no charge, nothing. because the battery had issues. There's some keyboard issues. I mean, this was before the known keyboard issue. I'm talking years,
Mm-hmm.
before they had the butterfly keyboards and stuff. But he brought it in, and they treated him really well. And I feel like those stories aren't the same anymore. It's like you have to have the Apple Care Plus, and then I hear about people that like accidentally damaged, they spilled something on it, or there was some accidental damage, and they have the coverage, and Apple was like, well, we're still going to charge you. And it's like, well, that doesn't seem like, why are you paying for extra coverage if you're just going to charge me anyway, sort of thing. And I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
I have my feelings about that anyways, because it depends on how much damage you do to your device if Apple Care Plus or a regular Apple. I mean, if the like extended Apple Care is even worth it, because like for instance, um, I had an iPhone 10, and for Apple Care, it was $250, or you could pay so much per month to break that down.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but if the screen broke, it was $29 to replace the screen if you had the coverage. But if you
Yeah, I
didn't,
remember that.
it was $279, which is essentially the same thing as what you would pay for the Apple Care plus the. So essentially, it was like you were paying ahead of time in case you. But if you, let's say, broke the screen more than once, then it pays for itself, because they would replace it up to, I think they would replace the screen up to once a year for the 2 years, and then the same thing with like the front and the back, and I think the same thing with the battery. So if you had more than one thing that happened, it was worth it. But it was like, if nothing happened or you just broke the front, it was kind of like, well, you paid the same thing anyways, or sometimes more, or sometimes you paid for something you didn't need. But I kind of regretted not having it, because I had that thing slip out of my hands, hit tile, and break, and I didn't have $300
Mm-hmm.
at the time to replace it. So I ended up with a iPhone with a broken screen. I ended up trading it in later to Best Buy for like $500, funny enough, with a
Oh, so you
broken screen. So I was like, you know what?
a win-win.
Because I wasn't gonna, because I know at that time I wasn't gonna get $800 for it, which is what I would have to have sold it for to make it worth, fixing it, and then to get the same amount, because I would have put $300 out to fix the screen, and I'd have to at least get that back plus what I could trade in for. So I was like, I ended up trading it to Best Buy, and
I was surprised they took it like that.
yeah, they didn't care because it worked. So as
Oh.
long as it turns on and it functions, I would have gotten more if it. I would have gotten, I think it was like $100 or $150 more if the screen wasn't broken. But still, then, that's less than the difference to get the screen fixed. And I even looked into fixing my own, um,
Mm-hmm.
fixing it myself. But to get the display, like an official OLED display for the thing, basically would have cost the same as to have just Apple do it, or Best Buy, or any other place, because they're not cheap. So and then to get an iFixit kit in there, basic, and obviously I would have had the kit. So if I needed to
Lots of
replace something
training.
down the line, but like waiting for that, and then if I break something, then it's definitely gonna be worth nothing. So it's like I just kind of held on to it. I used it. I mean, it wasn't hurting anything. It functioned. It just had a nasty crack across the top. And
Mm-hmm.
but that's the other thing though, is like trade-in value, I think, is significantly a good discussion for people to have.
Go
You can
ahead.
have, a 2-year-old iPhone, and Best Buy will give you, and Samsung will give you more for an iPhone than they'll give you for their own phone sometimes. Like I could have taken my iPhone 12 mini,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say I decided, eh, I regret buying this, and then the new S21s came out. They would have given me $700 for this thing. I only paid. Well, I got it through Best Buy. I only paid $650 plus tax, so plus $39, so $689. So they actually would have given me $11 more than I paid for the phone to trade it into them. So like if I was like, oops, I don't really want an iPhone, and I don't want the mini, I could have traded it to them and basically paid like whatever to get an S21, or plus all the other deals they have and the discounts they have and the educational discounts they have, and then they send me things all the time about so
The trading just coming. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I see it both ways. Companies are there to make money, so if we, pay with our wallets, that's our fault. I mean, I guess I don't know.
I
Every
mean the thing
company, go ahead.
yeah, the thing I appreciate about Apple Care Plus, at
Yeah,
least,
this right here.
is that depending on, like, if you're a Verizon customer like my parents, theirs was included. So like Verizon just included Apple Care as like part of their monthly
And T-Mobile too.
built in, and I think T-Mobile will do that too. So it's like, and now they have the where you can pay per month instead of all up at one time. And the other great thing about that is, um, if you buy a phone and let's say like a year later,
Oh, thanks for coming in. Go ahead.
oh, trade-in was only 600, yeah. Oh yeah, but then they had the deals when you traded in a device, you got the extra. That's what it was. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they had the extra stuff. Um, so what was I saying? Can't remember.
How about the deals and the extra about
Oh,
replacing?
so they like I don't know how Apple Care works. If you go and you buy, like, let's say you bought an iPhone 12 Pro Max right now and you put Apple Care Plus on it, and then like later this year when the 13 series comes out, you upgrade to that. Um, do you have to buy Apple Care Plus for that new phone again? So the whole option to do it by the month means that you can just start paying it on the new one and you still have it and you didn't pay out all up front for like 2 years and not actually get that much out of it.
Oh,
You know what
good
I mean? Like
question.
if you're paying like $250 because you pay it in the Trump's like a lump sum or whatever it is, and then you get a new device, you have to pay that out again. Or because when I had it for a short amount of time, then I had it with my 11 Pro Max. I just paid I think it was $9.99 a month. Because I figured then when I upgraded, I would just put it on the new one and keep doing that. And I'm assuming that's how it has to work because otherwise essentially because they'll extend it for up to 2 years beyond. And so if you bought an iPhone 11 and then the 12 comes out, you'd only have half of it left. So if it transferred over, you would only get, a year, which is like the regular you would have to just buy a new one. So that's where it's not really a good deal at all. But and it also depends. Like, do you think, how dangerous are you with your device? Also, I would think like maybe for like an iPad for your kid,
Hmm.
even if you put it in a case, if they think they're going to drop it in water or they're going to throw it hard enough that it's going to pop out of a case and get broken, that it might not be a bad idea to have coverage like that. I know carriers offer their own thing, but usually that's more expensive. And you
Yeah,
can get
with
warranties through sometimes through your homeowners or through like your credit card companies, and like Square Trade will offer,
oh
but
yeah,
usually
Square
it's more
Trade.
expensive it's more complicated. You have to go through Square Trade to do it, so you're not going directly to the company. You can't just walk into an Apple store and be like, my, son did this and have it switched out. You got to go to Square Trade, or you got to go to like Best Buys, if you have their warranty, or you have to go to your carrier, and it's
Well,
just
Mike, let me explain
longer
something.
time.
My carrier, sorry to interrupt you, my apologies. My carrier, T-Mobile, allowed me to go to the Apple store. I don't have to go for them for nothing. I just go to Apple store and they'll honor everything like if I were to pay Apple. So that's what I like about the T-Mobile Apple Care.
Yeah, because it's Apple Care. But like what I was talking about is how the carriers themselves will offer their own. Like Verizon will have its own insurance, or like
Oh yeah, like
T-Mobile has
assuring.
their own insurance on on devices. Now that's nice to have, like, because certain cell phone companies, like the OEMs themselves, I don't know. I think Samsung does, but I don't know like of other companies that offer warranty like that. So to have it available through the carrier is nice. I had, when we were on AT&T for like a year, I had it on our phones because it was $11 a month for 2 phones and covered everything, including like I could have ran the thing over with a car. I could have dropped it out of an airplane. There's all sorts of things they covered for $11 a month for 2 devices. It was okay, but then they wanted to raise the price and things like that, and you're limited to how long you could have it for. And yeah.
Yep. And also, I just want to little intermission. Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate it. My name is Tech for Your Needs, but if you see that next to it, that's my catch app. It's not mandatory, but if you'd like to support, I appreciate it. With that said, let's continue the show. So yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
I
uh,
almost forgot.
go
Somebody
ahead.
was talking about battery packs earlier.
Yeah, go
This
ahead.
is
Explain.
this is a 20,000 milliamp hour one. They also have a 30,000 milliamp hour one. I bought it on Amazon. I had never heard of the company before, but I was looking for one, and it was $40. But the significance with this one is it supports up to 60 watts through the USB-C port out, and the same in for recharging it, and then it has a regular USB port which supports up to, I think, eight,
Affordable.
18 watt on that, and then it also has, if I turn it on here, if I hit you'll see like over here that blue light moves next to this right here. So it actually has a DC out, and it ranges from
Oops. Wait a minute. My apologies.
yeah. So 8.5, 12, or 15 watts out through a barrel charger.
There you go.
So right over here, why is everything backwards?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Right over here is a barrel charger. So like if you have a laptop that uses that, or like another device, you can plug right into there and output, like I said, it's either 8.5, 12, or 15 watts through that. Plus, this supports up to 10-watt wireless charging, which used to be considered the fast wireless.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I got to look at the price on it because I got a deal on it. I think the
Yeah,
normal price is $40 and I paid 30, which is pretty good because it's similar to, I think it's actually I think it's like a ripoff of like the Anchor one
I
or
got
a
a question.
couple of the other brands, but
Does it have the charging, the dots or the numbers for the charging numeric 25, 50?
it's just dots,
Oh,
unfortunately. But there's another one I have. It's actually charging right now. It's by a brand called um, Iniu, I think it is, INIU, and
I think that.
that was $20,
Mhm.
and that has a readout on it that shows you the percentage.
Oh, I think that's the one that you just showed me before.
But that's only up to 18 watts. I like because the 60 watt on this. So if I plug this to my MacBook Air, it will actually charge it at 45 watts for a while, and then it will drop down to 30, which is actually higher than the charger that came with it does.
But that's good if you're traveling, if you need it for a pinch.
Yeah, I can plug into my MacBook Air and charge it up a couple times until this thing is dead. There's been times where I've plugged in my MacBook, charged it up all the way, plugged in a couple phones at the same time, charged them all the way, threw my earbuds, both sets of them on here, and charged them up all the way, and still had like half the battery left. So,
Oh yeah, send me the link. I want to get that in the future. Oh, let me see. And let me talk about this person. Thanks for coming in. Eric, we're talking about Apple. The changing, the care and all that. He had a 4-year-old laptop, and with no warranty, he went to the Apple store and they changed it with no problem. I just wanted to throw that out there too.
Yeah, depending on the device, that's the other thing. Apple will do these programs, if you have issues with a device,
Okay.
and it's and
no water.
They'll do these programs that they'll have things for certain Macs, they've had things for certain iPods, iPhones, I believe keyboards, different accessories where there's been some known issue, and it will go back to older models. They did that with when the butterfly keyboard, when those certain models had issues, they said to people, hey, you can bring it in and we'll exchange it, even though it's 4 or 5 years old. Yep. No problem. So,
well, with the keyboard, let's see, I forgot his channel. Luke Mignani, he was having problems. He went. See, there was just bad Apple service like that. But he went a couple of times. The last time he spoke to a manager, he got a Core i9, way different than the model that he had. He got a higher, top of the top or mid tier or more, the Core i9, the 16. So I was surprised.
I heard about that because they, if they don't if they don't have the one that you had anymore, even if they don't have like refurbs of them or anything, what are they going to replace it with? They'd have to replace it with something comparable to what you have.
But at that time, they already fixed his keyboard like 4 or 5 times. He got tired to talk to a manager. By doing that, the manager said, I'm not going to even bother replacing. Let me just give you whatever we got. They give you the highest number. He was surprised when he did the video.
I put the one that I got in the chat there.
Is it going to work? If it's a weird number, it's not going to work because it's too big. Let me check.
It's short enough.
Oh, God, sorry. Cool.
I made sure I grabbed it's not an affiliate link. I won't do that. I would ask before I would drop an affiliate link in somebody's chat, even though I'm a mod. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, it's
I know. I just wouldn't do that. I don't even do that in my own chats. I put my affiliate links in my descriptions, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's cool. Certain people I don't mind, but you're part of the family. So yeah,
it creates like a link that's designed for being able to post in like social media and stuff, so it can't be
wow, it's $39 right now, and you save $7 right now, 19%.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have deals all the time on it. Like I said, I've found a couple different brands. I mean, some of them are knockoffs of like Anchor and Aoki and those, so it's like I'd rather support the official brand. But like I've had no problems with it or anything, and like I didn't want to talk about it for a little bit because I wanted to make sure I could charge it up a few times and use it a few times, and like it wouldn't get hot or cause any problem. It never gets hot. As a matter of fact, the only complaint I have is the same issue I have with my MacBook because it's all metal. If it's really cold and you touch it, it's like almost ouch, the whole like metal carrying thing. So that's really my only. And I guess it could act as a weapon if you wanted to, because it's
Yeah.
pretty heavy. It's got
So
some
now,
heft to
now
it.
that we're talking about charging stuff, I want to ask you another question that you're very knowledgeable. Can you explain about people about buying different cables that is not the proper outages for your phone? It could burn your phone. Okay, like some people go and buy. I don't have a lot of money, so I'm gonna go buy in the gas station a cheap charger, and that could burn your iPhone, your Samsung, whatever phone you have. Can you give some of that knowledge, please?
So that kind of also depends because, for example, the output on here is PD 3.0. So it will actually charge varying rates. So like I have a device that's very specific about the voltage and amperage that it needs, but I've plugged it in with a USB-C to USB-C into this, and it works perfectly fine. It doesn't get hot. It doesn't, so it partially has to do with the charger too. But yes, if you have a power block and a cable, and the specific device you're using can't regulate the power draw, you got to be really, really, really careful about what you're plugging in and not getting a super cheap charger. I mean, I always recommend, if you can, use the charger that came with the device if you don't know. And if not that, get something, like I said, that can handle power delivery, that can handle variable amperage voltage combinations, so that you don't possibly overheat and blow up the thing. I mean, that's why I'll use typically name brand chargers. I mean, and that's what I like about my Apple charger, that came with my MacBook is it's a 30 watt, but it's a power delivery charger, and it will provide charging to basically everything I have now. It will fast charge my LG Wing. It will fast charge my my Note 20 Ultra, which is on the charger right now. If I plug in the USB-C to Lightning cable that came with my iPhone, it will charge that up to the fastest it can. And so I always just look for USB PD because I know it supports power delivery, and I know that protocol works pretty much with everything and will.
Okay, just a question for you.
So that's a funny question. Oh, what kind of microphone? I'm using the AKG P120 plugged into the Scarlett Solo Gen 3, running through USB-C to USB-A into. I'm using my Razer Blade 15 base model 2020 right now. The only things I've changed with it is I upgraded it to 32 gigs of RAM. It's got the RTX 2060 and the i7 7750H, and then that's connected up to my A6100 just through USB into, and I'm using the Sony remote application that's being screen grabbed with OBS and brought into StreamYard. Yes, it's complicated. And that for that mic interface, the tripod, the microphone stand that I got, which I'm getting a different thing because one of the where is it? One of the bolts threaded, stripped out. But for the stand, the microphone, the cable, the audio interface, the cable has a lifetime warranty, so I paid a little bit extra for it. The cable is like $50 on its own, but it's also a 25-foot cable with a lifetime warranty. The microphone and the audio interface, I paid $50 to get 3-year extended warranty for both of them. And that includes anything I do. So the guy at the shop literally told me, like, 2 years, 11 months from now, you could come in here and tell us that it's not working and that you accidentally dropped it, just to have us replace it with a new one, so you have a good working device. Like, we have people that do that, apparently, that will just bring it in even if it's working fine, to make sure that they get a new. That was $300 for the audio stuff. Because when I was looking at the time, it was like, you look at the Blue Yeti X and like the high end, and a lot of times those were, by the time I threw a mic stand in there and stuff, I was looking at close to $200 anyways, and I wanted to have something where I could swap out the parts. So if I wanted to, let's say, do a podcast and I wanted to record, I could swap out the audio interface for like a recorder. But also, if I wanted to upgrade the microphone, because let's say I wanted something like the SM7B or like the Rode mic, I wanted to go to a condenser microphone instead of a dynamic mic to kind of block out more of the sounds from the room, I could swap that out. Where if you buy like a USB mic and you pay a good amount for it, and you need to interface differently, you got to I'd have to buy the whole thing all over again anyways. So
yeah, I agree. Pay once, don't pay twice.
But I'm going to be getting the it's actually supposed to be here tomorrow. Let's see what the what's the brand? I'm getting the nope, that's not the one. That's the one I almost got. The InnoGear, I think it is.
I heard the name brand before.
Yeah, it's the InnoGear. And what's really nice about it is the mount clips onto the edge of the desk, and then basically there's this like tube. You can kind of see like the mount itself is separate, and so there's like a tube that's off the mount, and then the
yeah. Can you show it again?
Let me see if I can find a better photo
image.
of how it connects here.
Or I could screen share. I think I know how to do it.
So there's like the mount down there.
Okay.
And then...
Okay, do me a favor. Click on the picture to make it bigger. So see if it could show more better.
Let's see here. So you can see like the end there, how there's like the post that comes off the end of it, right? Oh, this is right there.
Oh, the metal thing.
So that goes down into like a channel. So
okay, got it.
Essentially, you could have more than one mount and just move the arm part. So like I could just have a mount hooked on like one end of the desk, and let's say I wanted to change it to the other end, I could just get a separate mount and just switch, or like to bring it with me instead of having to or just to move it out of the way instead of having to undo the loosen the mount up and take it off every time it's separate, which is really nice. And also
yeah, you can move it back off your monitor. That's what I do with mine.
Yeah, and there are desks that have mounts built into them too that you can use that with, or you can clip them onto things like and you can get wall mounts too. So it's like a C-clamp, like a half circle shape that then has a hole in it that slides down in, so you can mount.
Oh yeah, like DSLR shooter.
So that, and then I'm
channel what I meant.
Instead of using the Joby, the Gorilla Pod, I'm gonna get one of those light stands, because that has like the 1/4-inch adapter where you can use it. Because I've seen where you use that and then it's adjustable, and then I can just mount my camera on that and lower it up, but then that puts it at the back of the desk, so it puts a little further away, so that I can use my 30mm lens, and also it's it's not on the surface of the desk, so I want to get everything off the surface of the desk.
Yeah. So I'm going to discuss these 2 questions, so then we could close out the chat. Okay. So on this one, what you think about it? I think it depends what you are using. I mean, depend the case use scenario for the Chromebook.
I think it depends too, because like the super expensive ones, I don't know that it would be worth. Like there are some like 1,000, 1,200, 1,500. Like I would buy a one that has an actual full on like operating system that supports other applications first. So
Yeah. I mean, that's my take. It depends. If you're using for light work, depending, it all depends. So it's just for you, for your children, whoever it is. So yeah, it depends. You got Apple Monster there, but anyways, yeah, it depends. If you could elaborate more, I could try to help you before I close this out. Yeah, because basically it depends which person is using it. I really don't see the high end too much for me, the KU scenario.
um I could see that
For my case use. Go ahead.
that if you're using it with Android apps, maybe, because now
Hmm.
that they support and using Android apps on it. For my background, I just use it's like a black curtain from Walmart. I think it was like $12. It's one of the longer, like 9 foot long ones, draped over a cord. So
Yep. And yeah, I'm gonna stay here up to 8:30. So let me do this last question, and then we could hit the outros. True, the whole point of Chrome is to keep it simple. Why pay 1,200 for a browser? It kind of got a point. That's what I was going and hinting. It depending because they give you so much, you know.
but they they support stuff outside of just the browser now. Early Chromebooks, it was everything was online, but now you can edit documents outside of. You can
True.
download apps, so you can run like games and stuff on them. You can run editing apps. You can run a lot. So I guess I could see the idea of doing a powerful one, because if you think about that, similar to like how the new MacBooks are, where they can support iOS apps. So if you had a more powerful, you could support actual like video editing and photo editing and stuff like that. I could see a student and somebody who maybe does them, especially a two-in-one tablet style, where essentially you can draw and you can all have that, and so you have the support for your Chrome apps, but also like um your Android apps and everything right on there. And the other thing is Chrome OS now supports the quick share.
Hmm.
That's kind of like AirDrop. So they added that to Chrome OS 8089, I think it was. So
Hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, let me help get the situation straight out so we do the outro. So yeah, I mean it depends. I mean I can see because they're doing Android apps, I could see going back and forth. I could see that depending, but for me, for my case scenario, I wouldn't pay that much. But it
mm,
depends on the person. You know, if you got it to spare, go ahead. With that said, can you do your outro? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it, Michael Pepper. I'll let you take it over the floor.
my name is Michael Pepper of Michael Pepper Tech, and this has been a great night talking to Tech for Your Needs on his Monday Madhouse, Monday Mad Gab, whatever you want to call it, Q&A. And I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I will see you all some other time, and Tech for Your Needs will wrap it up for you guys. Peace
Okay.
out, everybody. I'm out of here.
So you can find me at Twitter and Instagram, Tech for Your Needs. With that said, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. Thanks for coming. I appreciate everybody. Tune in for the same time, same channel. And next week, always at 7 p.m. Today I was running late because I was doing some errands in the Apple Store. With that said, much appreciated. Enjoy your night. Thanks for coming in. Sorry, my brother, but I'm about to hit the outro next time. You can come in and start at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the love and support. And I'll see you all in the interwebs. Peace out.